Okay, we will start the session now. See, in the last lecture, we have finished with the non-weak form of weighted residual method. Okay, we have finished with the non-weak form of weighted residual methods, and in that we have seen collocation method, then Galerkin method, then least square method, and then subdomain method. Okay, we have already solved that problem by using exact method. Okay, so you have the exact answer of that particular problem, and we have compared that answer of exact method with the non-weak forms of weighted residual methods, right? So that answer of exact method we have compared by using collocation, Galerkin, least square, and subdomain method, right? Now in the today's lecture we are going to see weak form. Okay, in the today's lecture we are going to see the weak form. Try to understand. In today's lecture, we are going to see the weak form of weighted residual method. Okay, weak form of weighted residual method. Weak form of weighted residual method, right? And in that, we are going to see first. In that, we are going to see the first method. Okay, and that is Rayleigh-Ritz method. In that we are going to see first Rayleigh-Ritz method mapped over entire domain. Rayleigh-Ritz method mapped over entire domain. See, there are two methods in this. Okay, the first method is Rayleigh-Ritz method mapped over entire domain. Okay, that means you know the range of the domain. You know the exact range of the domain. Okay, that's why I'm calling this as a entire domain. And one more method it is there, that is Rayleigh-Ritz method mapped over general element. Okay, so that method we are going to see after the completion of this method, right? So see all of you. So see, I will take the same problem which we have solved by using 5 methods. Okay, one is exact method and 4 methods are weak, non-weak form. One method was exact and the rest of the 4 methods were non-weak. Now same problem I will solve by weak form, right? So let's take this problem. All of you see this problem. Okay, d square u, see here, d square u by dx square, d square u by dx square minus 9u is equal to x cube, for x ranging between 0 to 1, for x ranging between 0 to 1, with the boundary condition u at x is equal to 0 is equal to 0, right? U at x is equal to 0 is 0 and u at x is equal to 1 is equal to 2, right? Otherwise you can read it like this: u is 0 at x is 0, u is 2 at x is 1, right? Or u at x is equal to 0 is 0, u at x is equal to 1 is equal to 2. Okay, so see, these two are called as boundary conditions. These two are called as boundary conditions, right? Okay, this particular thing, it is called as domain. This is called as domain, right? So let me write down this one. This is called as domain. See, this is your range. This is called as domain, and these are called as boundary condition. Now if you can see both the boundary conditions, if you can see this, both the boundary conditions, these boundary conditions are defined in terms of primary variable. Okay, if you see this, both of these boundary condition, they are defined in terms of primary variable, that is u. That's why these boundary conditions are called as essential boundary condition. Okay, this is very important. That's why they are called as essential boundary conditions. Is it okay? See, if you see both the boundary condition, they are in terms of u. Okay, they are given in terms of u, and u, it is nothing but a primary variable. So the boundary conditions which are associated with the primary variable, they are called as essential boundary condition. Is it okay? Okay. Now see why I'm stressing this concept here is in Rayleigh-Ritz method, you need to apply only essential boundary condition, right? See, luckily in this problem, both the boundary conditions are essential. But you remember that in Rayleigh-Ritz method, you need to apply only essential boundary condition. Okay. So when I will take the next problem, okay, at that time, you will be very much clear. Okay. What is natural boundary condition? Right. So you need to apply only essential. You need not to apply natural boundary condition. Right. So let's start with the solution of this particular problem. Okay. So all of you see here. Clear? Now see how to start with this problem. Now see all of you, whatever the methods are there in FEA, they're going to give you the approximate answer, right? They're going to give you the approximate answer. So whatever the solution you will get, it's an approximate solution. Getting or not? Whatever the solution that you will get, it's approximate solution. So see, this U is equal to U approximate. That means whatever the solution you will get, it's an approximate solution. So if you bring this d square u by dx square minus 9u minus x cube, okay, minus x cube. See, if I bring this on a left hand side, see, if I bring this x cube on the left hand side, my right side should be equal to 0. See, my right side should be equal to 0. But whenever I'm going to take its solution as approximate solution, my right hand side will not be equal to 0. Are you able to get this one? What is written? Are you able to get this one?
Yes, sir.
See, if I take this x cube on the left hand side, if I take the x cube on the left hand side, it becomes minus x cube and right hand side should be equal to 0. Okay, but the solution which you assume, it's an approximate solution. That's why, okay, you will not get its right hand side is equal to 0, right? You are not getting its right hand side equal to 0. That means there is some error, right? That means there is some error, and that error I will call it as a residue. Getting or not? See, your right side is not equal to 0. Your right side is not equal to 0. That means there is some error, and that error I will call it as residue. Now I am interested to make this residue to be equal to 0, right? What I need to make? I need to make this residue. Residue is nothing but error. I want that error to be equal to 0. Then my approximate solution becomes equal to exact solution. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
See, this right hand side is not equal to 0. That means there is some error. And what is error? It's a residue. So I will call that error as a residue. Now I want that residue to be equal to 0. So when my residue is equal to 0, then my approximate solution becomes an exact solution. So this right hand side becomes equal to 0. Is it okay? Is it okay? Okay. So see, all of you see here. So this residue, what is the value of residue? See, what is the value of residue which we have written? So residue is equal to d square u by dx square, d square u by dx square minus 9u minus x cube, right? So this is your residue. This is your residue. Is it okay? This is your residue. Now all of you know what is weighted residual equation. Whether all of you know this weighted residual equation? Tell me whether you know it or not. Weighted residual equation, because we have already practiced this equation in the last problems or last methods. What is weighted residual equation? 0 is equal to tell me.
Integration sigma r dx.
Integration Ohm Wi into r into dx. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? This is nothing but your weighted residual equation. This is your weighted residual equation. Is it okay? Is it okay or not?
Yes, sir.
This is weighted residual equation, where Wi is a weight function, r is a residue. Okay. Now what I will do, I will just put this value. So 0 is equal to Okay, integration. What is domain here? What is domain? What is the value of x, or what is the range of x you have? Tell me.
0 to
See,
1.
this is right. It is 0 to 1. This is 0 to 1. Why it is 0 to 1? See, this ohm, it is nothing but a domain, and that is a range. So obviously for the integration, you need to give the limits. That means you need to specify the range. So it is 0 to 1, 0 to 1 into wi. That is weight function. Weight function, I will write down wi into r, right? Into r. So this is the value of r. That is d square u by dx square, d square u by dx square minus 9u minus x cube. Is it okay? Is it okay or not? D square u by dx square minus 9u is equal to x cube. So this is r into dx. Is it okay? This is r into dx. Now what we'll do, we'll just multiply it inside, right? So 0 is equal to integration 0 to 1, integration 0 to 1 wi, that is weight function, into d square u by dx square into d square u by dx square, right? This into this into dx, right? Then minus sign I will take, minus 9 is a constant value, I will take it out of the integration, minus 9 0 to 1 minus 9 0 to 1 wi into u into dx. Is it okay? Wi into u, see this into this. So 9 is constant, so I will take it out of the integration. What is remaining? Integration 0 to 1 wi into u into dx, right? Again minus integration 0 to 1 wi into x cube dx, wi into x cube dx. Is it okay? Is it okay or not?
Yes.
Okay, so see what I will do is I will just see this is nothing but integration u into v, right? So I will apply the rule of integration u into v to this particular term only. Okay, so see what is integration u into v dx? Tell me, what is the integration of u into v dx?
U as it is v का derivative plus v
u
as it is
into
u का derivative.
integration of v dx, right?
Yes, okay.
First into integration of second. See here how
Right.
I'm remembering it. First into integration of second minus integration of derivative of first, right? Into integration of second dx. Is it okay? Yes or no? First into integration of second minus integration derivative of first into integration of second dx. Is it okay? Right?
Yes, sir.
So what we'll do, we will apply this rule of integration to this particular term. So see what I'm getting. So 0 is equal to what is this? How I should write down? Tell me how I should write down. First into integration of second. That is first wi as it is into integration of this d square u by dx square. Tell me what is the integration of this d square u by dx square? What is the integration of d
du
square
by
u by
dx.
dx square? Right, du by dx. See, first into integration of second. Okay, so as you have done the integration, you need to give the limits. So limit will be 0 to 1. Minus integration 0 to 1 derivative of first. What is derivative of first? Derivative of this one, right? That is dwi by dx. Is it okay? What is the derivative of wi? That is dwi by dx, right? Into integration of second is du by dx into dx. Is it okay? Yes or no? Right?
Yes, sir.
First into integration of second for limit 0 to 1 minus integration derivative of first integration of second dx. And the rest of the two terms I will keep as it is. Okay, so that is minus 9 0 to 1 weight function into u into dx minus 0 to 1 wi into x cube into dx. Is it okay? Rest of the two terms I'm keeping as it is. Right? Now see, now here you have integrated it, right? So you need to give the limits. You need to give the limits. That is upper limit minus lower limit. You need to give it. So I'll write down here. So 0 is equal to, right? So how I should write down this term? This term? See here, how I should write down here. So this is how you're going to write down. I'm giving first upper limit. So this weight function at x is equal to 1, right? Weight function at x is equal to 1 into du by dx at x is equal to 1. Is it okay? This is upper limit I have given. Weight function at x is equal to 1 and du by dx at x is equal to 1 minus weight function at x is equal to 0. Is it okay? I'm giving the lower limit now. Weight function at x is equal to 0 into du by dx at x is equal to 0. Is it okay? Yes or no? This when x is equal to 1 minus this when x is equal to 0. That is what is written, right? So rest of these three terms, I will write down as it is. It is equal to minus 0 to 1 dwi by dx into du by dx into dx minus 9 integration 0 to 1 wi into u into dx minus 0 to 1 wi into x cube dx. Is it okay? Is it okay or not? Let me know. Yeah, all of you see. Is it okay with till this one? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
फिर से बताऊं
See what I done. I just given the limit to this particular bracket, na? See when you integrate it, what do you and for the integration if you have limit, what do you use to do?
फॉर्मूले के नीचे कैसे
Minus
किया?
lower limit. That is only the thing which I done. Rest of the three terms I have written as it is. See, if you have the bracket x starting from 0 to 1, for the limit, if you have x from 0 to 1, then how you will give the limit 1 minus 0, na?
अब फॉर्मूले के नीचे कैसे ओपन किया वो पूछ रहा हूँ। ये नीचे से दूसरी लाइन
Which one?
सर नीचे से दूसरी वाली
Second last बोला sir.
This one.
हाँ वो कैसे
Okay, see how you're going to integrate this term, first term into integration of this. What is the integration of d square u by dx square? It is du by dx for limit 0 to 1.
का ही करेंगे क्या सर बाकी इसका नहीं करेंगे
See, I will do it only for first part. Why it is so? Okay, that you will comes to know now only. Why it is so, na? That will comes to know you now only. Because this part, this term only I am integrating it. Rest of the two terms, I will keep it as it is. Is it okay?
यस सर वही पूछ रहा हूँ।
Now see all of you. Now one thing I'm writing which is very important. Now see what I'm writing. If boundary conditions are defined, if the boundary conditions are defined for primary variable, then at that boundary weight function is 0. Then at that boundary weight function is 0. Okay, this is very important. All of you see here what is written. If boundary conditions are defined for primary variable, can you see this both of the boundary conditions? Can you see this both of the boundary conditions? Both of these boundary conditions are given for primary variable, right? If you see the both of the boundary conditions, they are defined in terms of u. They are defined in terms of u, which is basically the primary variable. Okay, so if the boundary conditions are defined for primary variable, then at that boundary weight function is 0. Okay, what is the meaning of this? See here, u at x is equal to 0 is 0. This is the first boundary condition. U at x is equal to 1 is equal to 2. This is the second boundary condition. Now, if you see the first or second boundary condition, they have defined in terms of which variable? Primary variable, that is u. Then if the boundary condition is defined for primary variable, then at that boundary weight function is 0. Okay, so if we need to calculate weight function at x is equal to 0, similarly, if you need to calculate weight function at x is equal to 1, it is 0. Have you understood this one? Let me know. Have you understood this one or not? See it clearly. If boundary conditions are defined for a primary variable, then at that boundary weight function is 0. See, this boundary condition, it is defined in terms of primary variable, that is u. Okay, so at what boundary it is defined? It is defined at a boundary x is equal to 0. So weight function at x is equal to 0 is 0. Similarly, go for this one. This boundary condition, it is defined in terms of primary variable, that is u. Okay, at what boundary it is defined? At boundary 1 it is defined. So weight function at 1 is again 0. Have you understood this one?
So 1 पे 2 है, तो ये 1 पे 0.
See, that's why you read this one. You read this one.
ये हमेशा 0 रहेगा सर.
See, it is not always 0. See, when I am taking it as a 0, when the boundary condition, it is in terms of u. See here, this boundary condition, it is in terms of u. Okay, and this
Okay.
boundary condition, it is defined at what boundary? X is equal to 0. So at that boundary, that is x is equal to 0, weight function is 0. Similarly, see this example. This boundary condition, it is defined in terms of u, which is primary variable. Okay, so if you take weight function at x is equal to 1, is again 0. Yes or no? See, it is clearly written here. If boundary condition, it is defined in terms of primary variable, that is u. Okay, you take weight function is equal to 0 at that boundary. So this weight function is 0 at what boundary? X is equal to 0. Similarly, this weight function is equal to 0 at what boundary? X is equal to 1.
1.
Is it okay?
Yes. Fine.
Right? So all of you see here, weight function at 1 is 0, weight function at 0 is 0. So these two terms are getting cancelled, right? These two terms are getting cancelled. So what is remaining is this term, and this term. So these three terms are remaining. So what I will do is I'll just bring these two terms. I'll just bring these two terms on the left hand side, right? So what I will get here is, okay, I'll just bring those terms on a left hand side. Okay, so see here. See, when I bring these two terms on the left hand side, what is remaining is, see this minus, if you bring it on left hand side, it is become plus. So it is 0 to 1 dwi by dx into du by dx into dx, right? Again, when you bring this minus 9 on the left hand side, it is plus. So it is plus 9, 0 to 1 wi into u into dx, right? And this I will keep it on left hand side only, sorry, right hand side only. So this becomes minus 0 to 1 wi into x cube into dx. Is it okay with this one?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay with this one? Just bring these two terms on the left hand side, so they can becomes plus, and this term you keep it on right hand side only, so it is going to remain minus 1, right? Now see all of you, what difference you will get. Now you have the question of what is weak and non-weak. Now see, in a non-weak, what we have done, we have solved this equation as it is. We have solved this equation as it is. In non-weak, that is in previous method, collocation, least square, Galerkin and subdomain. We have solved this equation as it is. Now in weak form, what we have done is, this equation we have reduced to this equation. Is it okay or not? Tell me.
Yes, sir. Okay.
This equation we have reduced to this equation. That means what exactly we have done? what is the order of this differential equation? What is the order of this differential equation? Tell me. What is the order of this differential equation?
2.
2. Now, what is the order of this equation?
1.
1. Right?
One.
So, what you have done? The second order differential equation, we have reduced into first order differential equation. Is it okay? That means we have reduced the degree of differential equation by half. Here the order was 2 and here the order is 1. So we have reduced its order to half. Getting or not? That's why this particular method, it is called as weak. Why it is called as weak? You have reduced its degree. You have reduced the degree of differential equation by half. Okay, that means you make that equation weak, right? Half, it was initially its second order. You have reduced it to first order. That means what? You make that equation weak. Okay, that's why this particular method, it is called as weak form. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay or not? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now
Yes,
see what we'll do now for this particular equation. Okay, we will write down the approximate solution. Okay, so I got this equation. Now what I will write down here? Let me call this as some equation number 1. Okay, so now I will write down let u is equal to C0 plus C1x plus C2x square be an approximate solution. Be an approximate solution. Is it okay? Now see what difference you have observed. Now see, let me show you. Okay, let me show you. Okay, all of you see this one. Let's see this one. Okay. Let's see this. See, same equation I have solved. Can you see the same equation? All of you, can you see the same equation here? This is the same equation which we have solved by using what? Collocation method. Which equation we have solved by collocation, Galerkin, least square and subdomain. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So what we have done, by just looking at this equation, we have written the approximate solution. Yes or no? See, what is the order of this differential equation? It is second order. So we have taken the order of x 1 greater than order of differential equation. Here its order is 2. So power of x we have taken 2 plus 1, that is 3. Is it okay? 2 plus 1, we have taken 2 plus 1, it is 3. See, this is already known to you. Yes or no? So just by seeing this equation, immediately we have started with the solution where we have written the approximate solution, okay, whose order, okay, or whose degree is 1 greater than order of differential equation. Okay, what is the order here? 2. So what is the power of x you are taken? 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see what we have done in this method, the method which we have seen in Rayleigh-Ritz method. What we have done, initially we have solved this equation in a such a manner that, okay, we have reduced its degree to half, right? We have reduced this degree to half. So here you need to deal with less power of x. Yes or no? What was the power of x in previous methods? You have taken one additional term plus c3x cube. Is it okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is the power of x here? It's 2 only, because here here what is the order? It's first order. Here it is first order. So power of x is 1 plus 1 is 2. Is it okay with this one? So initially what we have done, we have make that equation weak. We have make that equation weak. So we need to solve, or it is better for us to solve the equation with less constant, because if you see in the previous problem which we have taken, right, there are three constants. Just by looking this equation, we have written the approximate solution where we supposed to calculate three constants, right? Now here what we have done, this equation which was given in the problem, we have make it weak. Okay, so we have reduced its degree to half. So I need to take only three constants. In previous method there were four constants. Here there are three constants. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we will do now is, see here, all of you, what we have to do it now. So tell me how I should solve afterwards. How I should solve it now? Tell me. Now tell me how to solve it. You should know it. See, no, you cannot solve this one. Let me know. You can't solve this. See, now you written the approximate solution. You have the boundary conditions, right? Yes or no? Whether you have boundary conditions or not in the problem.
Yes, sir, we have.
You have the boundary conditions, na? So now we need to impose the boundary condition. See the first boundary condition. U is equal to 0 when you put x is 0. So I'll put u is equal to 0 and I will take x as 0. So c1 into x is 0 plus c2 into x is 0 square, right? So from this, what value of c0 I'm getting? What value of c0 I'm getting? 0. This is the first boundary condition, right? Yes or no? Okay. Now see all of you. Next boundary condition. You apply second boundary condition. What is the value of u? Is equal to 2. Right? U is equal to 2 when you take x as 1. See here, u is equal to 2 when you take x as 1. So see, c0 is 0. I'll write down c0 is 0 plus c1 into x is 1 plus c2 into x is 1 square. Right? Yes or no? So here, so from here, what value of c1 you are getting? C1 is equal to, tell me, c1 is equal to 2 minus c2. Is it okay? Is it okay or not? Is it okay or not? Is it okay to each of you or not? Let me know. Is it okay with this one or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, but here you are supposed to remember. Okay, I'm highlighting that point. Apply only essential boundary conditions. Remember it. Apply only essential boundary conditions. Essential boundary conditions. What is the meaning of this? Okay, the boundary conditions which are in terms of u. Okay, if you see both the boundary conditions, they are in terms of u. So you can apply both of them. But if one of the boundary condition, it is in terms of du by dx. So you're not supposed to apply that boundary condition. Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
सर अभी आप बोले थे हेलो
हाँ बोलो या
हाँ सर आप अभी बोले थे वीकर मेथड में हमको पावर जो है कम लेनी होती है लेकिन अब तो उसी में अप्लाई कर रहे हैं उसी इक्वेशन में अप्रोक्सीमेट सॉल्यूशन अप्लाई कर रहे हैं
I won't get your question.
सर मैं बोल रहा हूँ अभी आप बोले थे ना कि वीकर सॉल्यूशन वीकर मेथड में हमको जो पावर होती है वो कम रखना पड़ती है जो और जैसे du by dx
You're getting confused. See, I am not keeping the power less. See, let me clear you. See, just see this same numerical. Just see the same numerical which we have solved in the previous lecture by collocation method. See this numerical. What is the power here? 2. What is the power here? 2, right? So
Yes,
what
sir.
approximate solution you have written? In approximate solution, what is the power of x you are getting? 2
3,
plus 1
sir.
is equal
Plus
to
1.
2 plus 1 is equal to 3, right? So this is
Yeah.
all about, and you follow the certain procedure, you got the answer, right? This is all about collocation, right? Now come back to this Rayleigh-Ritz method. Now just come back to Rayleigh-Ritz method. Okay, what you have done initially, okay, you have solved this equation, okay, in a such a manner that, okay, you have reduced the power of this differential equation to half. Yes or no? What was the power here? 2.
2,
What is
sir.
the power here you are getting? Maximum power.
Yes, sir. 2, sir.
No, this equation. What is the maximum power?
1.
One.
Series, sir.
Here maximum power is
Series.
1.
Series.
Here maximum power is 1, right? Here power is 1. So what is the power of approximate solution? 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Clear, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
सर
Understood.
हाँ.
सर
Thank-
आपने ऐसा बोले थे कि अगर C3 लेंगे तो ज्यादा अप्रोक्सीमेट और ज्यादा एक्यूरेट हो जाएगा, अप्रोक्सीमेट और
Yes.
ज्यादा
I
तो
will
वैसा
come
भी
to
कर
it. See, what is expected minimum? See, I'm telling you, if you solve this problem only by taking this C0 plus C1x, it will give the answer. It will give the answer. See, if you solve this problem only by taking this much, what is the approximate solution? C0 plus C1x, right? If you solve it, obviously it will give an answer, but that answer is not more close to exact answer. Is it okay? But if you solve it by taking the power of x, at least one greater than order of differential equation, okay, there are more chances that the answer which you will get, it is more close to exact answer. Getting or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similar problem you can solve by taking one more variable plus C3x cube. It can be solved, not a problem. Plus C3x cube plus C4x raised to power 4 plus C5x raised to power 5. So see, as you keep on increasing the number of constants, your accuracy will be goes on increasing. But at the same time, your solution becomes more and more complex. Yes or no? So at least it is expected that you should take the power of x at least one greater than order of differential equation. Then there are more chances that your answer will approach close to exact solution. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, we have this C0, we have this C1. Let's put that into equation 1. Okay, so I'll putting values of C0 and C1, right? This is C0 and C1 in equation 2, right? I'll put those values in equation 2. Okay, so let's see what we are getting. So U is equal to C0 is 0 already. C1, what is the value of C1? It is 2 minus C2x plus C2x square. Is it okay? Is it okay or not? Let me know. Right? Clear? So what I'll do, I will club the terms having coefficient as a C2, right? Having coefficient as a C2. So I'll write down x square minus x into C2, right? Plus this 2 into x is 2x. Is it okay? Yes or no? See, if you see these two equations, they are one and same. Okay, this equation I arranged, okay, in such a manner that I will get coefficient of C2. Yes or no? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me call this as one more equation, equation number 3, right? Now see, if you can see in the problem, what is required? You require derivative of u. Okay, so here only you calculate the derivative of u. So tell me, what is the derivative of u? Tell me, what is the derivative of u? Tell me, what is the value of du by dx? Let me know. What is the value of du by dx? Tell me. What is the value of du by dx?
2x minus 1.
2x minus 1 plus 2.
2x minus 1
2x minus 1. Huh?
C2
plus 2.
C2 plus 2. Is it
plus
okay?
2.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Ah,
sir.
now see, you know du by dx. Here, you know du by dx. Okay. And see, you know du by dx. Okay. So obviously you know u, na? You know u. That's why you calculated du by dx. So du by dx is known, u is known, right? Here term which is unknown, it's weight function. Can you see in this problem? What is not known?
Yes, sir.
So weight function. So if you have weight function, you can calculate derivative of weight function. Is it okay? See, ultimately we need to put
Yes,
these values
sir.
in this equation. We
Got
need to
it.
put everything in this equation because we need to solve this equation. Right? So see, if you can see in this equation, we required weight function. So we can calculate derivative of weight functions. So here what I'm writing. Weight functions are coefficients of arbitrary constants. Coefficients of arbitrary constants. What are the arbitrary constants? C0, C1, C2, right? So weight functions are coefficients of arbitrary constants in approximate solution. In approximate solution after satisfying only essential boundary conditions. After satisfying only essential boundary conditions. Getting or not? Let me know. Getting or not? See, this equation I have already written. This statement I have already written. Okay, in the previous methods. Okay, but there it was written as after satisfying all given boundary conditions. Okay. Yes or no? Can you know this one?
Yes,
See,
sir.
let me come back to this Galerkin method. Let me show this Galerkin methods. Let me show this Galerkin method. Same I written. You can compare it. I will show you. See what is written. Weight functions are, see here, weight functions are coefficients of arbitrary constants. Coefficients of arbitrary constants in approximate solution. Now see here it is a change. Satisfying only essential boundary condition. Okay. So in Rayleigh-Ritz method, you need to apply only essential boundary condition. While in Galerkin method, we can apply all given boundary condition, whether they are essential or natural. Yes or no? See,
Yes,
in
sir.
Galerkin, you apply all boundary condition, whether it is essential or natural. Okay. But if you can see, this is the Rayleigh-Ritz method which we are taking. Here we need to apply only essential boundary condition. That's why I told you here, apply only essential boundary condition. At the beginning only I told you. Okay. So you need to take the value of weight function from this equation because this is the equation of u. See, weight functions are coefficients of arbitrary constant in approximate solution. So this u is nothing but approximate solution, right? So this u is nothing but approximate solution, which is derived by imposing only essential boundary condition. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
See, this is the initial u which is been written by you. On this u, you impose this essential boundary conditions. Two essential boundary conditions you have applied. That's why you'll be able to calculate these two values of constants. And by putting these two values of constant in this equation again, you have reached to this value of u, right? So this u, it is been derived by applying only essential boundary conditions. Is it okay? Is it okay or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now tell me what is weight function. Now tell me what is weight function. Everything I have explained you. Now you should tell me what is weight function.
X square minus X.
Huh? What is that?
X square minus X.
Right. See, this is the weight function, x square minus x. What I told you, weight functions, you need to take it from the equation of approximate solution. That is u. Approximate solution is u. Okay. So in the approximate solution, that is u, whatever the constant that you have, its coefficient you need to take as a weight function. Okay. Provided this equation is been derived by applying only essential boundary condition. Is it okay? So weight function is x square minus x. Now you require derivative of weight function, right? So what is derivative of weight function with respect to x? Okay, I will write down this w1, weight function 1, because I have only weight function 1. So I'll write down dw1 by dx. Tell me, what is derivative weight function with respect to x?
2x minus 1.
Right? It is 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. Is it okay? Is it okay? 2x minus 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what we will do is, now we'll put this value in this equation number 1. Okay, so I'll write down, putting the values in equation number 1. Let me put these values in equation number 1. So I'll write down 0 to 1. See, this is 0 to 1. dw1 by dx, right? See, why it is I, why it is written as I? Because it will depend upon how many weight functions are there. If you have first weight function, only one weight function, you write down w1. If you have two weight function, then w1, w2, w3, it will depend upon weight function. So I will depends upon number of weight functions, right? So I will write down here derivative of weight function. What is the derivative of weight function? 2x minus 1. Is it okay? Derivative of weight function 2x minus 1. Then du by dx. Okay, see here, this is du by dx. That is 2x minus 1 into c2 plus 2. Is it okay? This is derivative of weight function into dx. See here, this is derivative of weight function, that is 2x minus 1 into du by dx. This is 2x minus 1 c2 plus 2. This is du by dx. Plus 9 0 to 1 plus 9 0 to 1. Weight function, what is weight function? It is x square minus x, right? Into u. Okay, into u. What is u? This one, na? That is x square minus x into c2 plus 2x plus 2x. Is it okay? Into dx. Yes or no? See, weight function into u into dx. Is it okay with this one?
Yes, sir.
So is equal to what? This na is equal to 0 to 1 is equal to 0 to 1. Weight function, again weight function. What is the weight function? X square minus x, this is weight function, into x cube dx. Is it okay? Into x cube dx. Now can we solve this? Let me know. Can we solve this? Okay, can we solve it or not? Let me know. Can you solve this? Okay. So for solving, you need to split the bracket. So I'll go this into this, right? This into this. Tell me what I should get. 0 to 1, 2x minus 1 into 2x minus 1. What you'll get? It's a square. Yes or no? 2x minus 1 into 2x minus 1. It's a square into dx. So this becomes the coefficient of C2, right? This becomes the coefficient of C2. Is it okay? Is it okay or not? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Plus, see this plus, I will write down integration 0 to 1, 2x minus 1 into 2, into 2, right? So no, 2 into this. So I'll write down here into 2. Okay. So 2 into this one, integration 0 to 1, 2x minus 1 into dx. into dx. Is it okay? Next, this is to be multiplied to this. So I'll write down plus integration. Okay, what is that? Tell me what you'll get. Plus, tell me what you'll get. So this is 9 integration 0 to 1. This into this, it's x square minus x square minus x, it's whole square, x square minus x into x square minus x. So x square minus x square into dx to the coefficient C2, to the coefficient into coefficient C2. Is it okay? Yes or no? Tell me. Plus, see this into this again I will do, plus into bracket. What is 9 into 2? It's 18. Yes or no? 9 into 2, it's 18. Integration 0 to 1.
Yes,
Integration
sir.
0 to 1. Right? Yes or no? 9 into 2 is 18. 9 into 2 is 18. 0 to 1. And what is remaining? This x is remaining. So x you multiply to x square. So this becomes x cube minus x square. X cube minus x square dx. Is it okay? Yes or no? Is it okay or not?
सेकंड लास्ट जो स्टेप है, सेकंड लास्ट स्टेप जो है सर, इसके अंदर वो माइनस आएगा ना, इक्वल टू के बाद जो
How much? Where?
सेकंड लास्ट स्टेप में जो इक्वल टू के बाद में माइनस आएगा।
Where you will get minus?
इक्वेशन 1 में माइनस था ना सर?
In which equation?
RHS में माइनस है।
So RHS we are not yet gone.
सर इज इक्वल टू के बाद में जो आप प्लस लिखे है ना उसको माइनस करना है।
पुटिंग वैल्यू
See this na, this I will make, not a problem. This I will do. This na.
हाँ सर।
Okay. This will do. See till that we are not reached na. Okay. So is equal to, see till this is it okay? Till this is it okay?
यस सर।
So is equal to minus. Okay. What is remaining? Tell me. Minus integration 0 to 1 minus, I'll write down outside the bracket, integration 0 to 1. So this x into this, how much you will get? X raised to power 5 na? Minus x raised to power 4. Yes or no?
यस सर।
Okay. Into dx. Yes or no? Is it okay? Is it okay or not? Let me know. So tell me this value, coefficient of C2. Tell me, what is the coefficient of C2? All of you do it immediately and tell me the coefficient of C2.
0.33।
Salman Khondegar, tell me, what is the value of C2? Salman Khondegar. How much you're getting? 0.33 C2.
0.33.
Okay, next. Plus sign I'm writing as it is, plus sign. Tell me this bracket. Tell me this bracket. It will be a numerical value, one numerical value.
जीरो आ रहा सर।
You're getting zero. Okay, not a problem. Next. Tell me this value.
0.033।
All of you calculate it. Tell me the coefficient of C2. 9 integration 0 to 1 x square minus x, it's square into dx. Tell me this.
0.3 sir.
0.3.
0.3. It is positive.
Yes sir, positive.
Yes,
point.
sir.
0.3 C2 I have written. Plus. Tell me this value. Plus I am writing plus. Tell me this value.
Minus 1.5.
Minus 1.5 is equal to, now tell me this value.
Minus 0.033.
How much you're getting? See, if I writing minus here, so that value is again minus, right?
Yes sir, minus 0.033.
Minus 0. Minus 0.033.
033.
Is it okay? Now all of you solve this equation and tell me what is the value of C2. You have single equation, single unknown. Tell me the value of C2. What you are getting? Solve and tell me the value of C2.
Point 0999.
C2. All of you check.
0.0991.
See, I expect from each of you that everybody will get a same answer. C2. Tell me the value of C2.
2.42.
2.4.
2.43 sir.
2.4.
2.43 sir.
2.43 sir.
2.43.
Right? Now see, you have C2. You have C2. Can you calculate C1? Can you calculate C1? C1 is equal to 2 minus C2, right? So tell me what is the value of C1?
Minus 0.43.
How much?
Minus 0.43.
Minus 0.46.
Four-
See,
43
now
sir.
see, minus 0.43.
43.
Okay, now see, if you don't know the value of C1, now it doesn't again matter because you have this equation in terms of C2 only. Okay, so I'll write down here, putting value of C2 in equation 3. I'll put the value of C2 in equation number 3. Okay, so what I will get, let me check. This is equation number 3. I'll put the value of C2. So U is equal to C2 is 2.43. This is C2 into x square minus x into x square minus x. Here, x square minus x into C2. I written as C2 into x square minus x plus 2x. Is it okay? Is it okay or not? Let me know. Okay. So now you calculate U at 0.25, then calculate U at 0.5, and then U at 0.7. Calculate these values. U at 0.25, U at 0.5, and U at 0.7. You just put these values of x, so you will get the value of U. Tell me immediately what values you are getting.
0.044.
u at 0.25. How much?
0.044.
All of you check it.
Correct, sir.
0.0.
044.
Okay. U at 0.5.
0.39.
0.3925.
U at 0.75.
1.044.
1.044.
44.
Okay. 1.0. Okay, so everybody got these answers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So are you able to understand this numerical? Each of you?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood this numerical? Each of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what we'll do? Now we'll take the next numerical. We'll take the next numerical now. Is it understood, everyone? Is there any problem with this? What is solved? No, see, one thing you remember that. One thing, see, what is very important in this particular method is this statement. Okay, if you have the boundary conditions which are given in terms of primary variable, that is, if the boundary conditions are given are essential boundary condition, then at that boundary you need to take the weight functions as 0. This is very important. Next thing is that you should apply only essential boundary conditions, and with those essential boundary condition you just calculate the value of u, and in the equation of u, whatever the constant you have, its coefficient, it is nothing but weight function. Understood? Understood or not? Is it okay? Is it okay or not? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is the very basic step? Initially you solve this given equation, okay, in such a manner that its degree will be get half. Okay, its degree will be half. Okay, once you have that equation with the half degree, okay, you need to deal with less number of constants. So your equation, the complexity of the equation gets reduced. Okay, so you need to write down, or you need to assume the approximate solution with less constant, and on that approximate solution you apply only essential boundary conditions, so you will get a refined approximate solution. So in that approximate solution, whatever the constants you have, its coefficient, it's nothing but a weight function. Okay, and then you solve, and what are the values of constants you will get, you again resubstitute in the approximate solution. Okay, so you will get this equation, and now in this equation you put the different values of x, so you'll get different values of u. Is it okay? Is it okay to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so see, this is the first problem which we